Hello everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood flamingo, Ikusa here, and today we're playing some Quakecraft on the Hypixel server. And this time it is a post-gameplay commentary. So for those who don't know how this works, on my competitive games like Counter-Strike and Valorant, I have two series. I have my live commentary series where I talk as I play the game, and it's more about comedy and having fun. And then there's my post-gameplay commentary where it's more about critiquing my own gameplay and trying to find ways that I could improve in my gameplay. And maybe in the process of you guys watching, you guys might get better at the game too by watching me make mistakes. Anyway, I decided that because Quakecraft is an incredibly competitive game, that maybe Quakecraft is worth doing a post-gameplay commentary series on. So that is why we are doing it this time. Anyway, we are playing on Apex 2 here, which is a map I'm not quite fully familiar with. So a lot of what I'll be doing here today is mostly exploring this map and trying to get familiar with all the aisles and everything. Learning corners and all that stuff. I do get a lucky first kill. Then I pop the second guy off, but I do get killed pretty shortly after. Nila and I get into a little bit of a dashing war there. Of course, he wins. Generally speaking, if you're running on the stock trigger or one of the slower triggers, you pretty much got one shot before it's game over. Most everybody here has probably been playing this game a lot longer than I have, and already have progressed down the customization slot with faster triggers and dash speed. So the result is that I am a little bit underarmed compared to a lot of these opponents, but I don't let it get to me because I can still make that first shot count, then run away, or try to just prepare for the next opponent. Use positioning to flee the fight to let me recharge my shot before shooting again. Another trick that I am trying to commit to muscle memory but haven't really learned in this particular video here is the art of shoot, then dash, as in use dash as an evasive maneuver rather than a engagement maneuver. While I'm sure with the lower dash cooldown I could get away with using dash purely for mobility, I think dash really is more about escaping fights than necessarily being able to win fights or get into fights, especially when I have a long cooldown on my trigger. I believe I'm currently on the 1.2 second trigger, or I'm still on the stock 1.3 second trigger. Don't know because I didn't check my loadout this time, but basically, as you can see here, I'm trying to just make each shot count and then trying to retreat, or at least that's what I'm trying to do. Sometimes I just forget that and just go for it. I mean, I do kind of treat Quakecraft as my aim trainer to some extent, because there's not a lot of games out there with such a low time to kill other than aim trainers, so yeah, I've been enjoying this. Anyway, the next map we have is Demonic, which is actually a map that I'm a little bit more familiar with. I'm in particular familiar with this long, straight alleyway of which I can get some pretty cheeky kills on, as well as the higher up platform up here, and some of the peaking locations by which players are playing. Of course, because this is a free-for-all deathmatch server, this means you can also be attacked from pretty much any angle, so obviously your KD is never going to be amazing, because eventually you're going to get out-positioned by someone who spawned on you or something. However, you'll see there's a lot that can be done to improve one's odds in a deathmatch setting, and that is basically what I'm trying to do here. Anyway, you saw me just make a mistake here by trying to use my dash as a offensive maneuver as opposed to evasive maneuver. What you really should be using dash for is to evade fights if you don't have a decent cooldown unlocked so far. I believe I just got the one step up where it's like only 3.5 seconds versus 4-second cooldown. So I should be doing a little better in that regard now, but I've been trying to remind myself of that in these matches, and also to focus on pre-aiming. As you can see here, I am trying to aim my crosshair where I think an enemy is likely going to be, also taking advantage of the fact that there are name tags, and trying to basically get into a situation where the second I peek the wall, the enemy's already in my crosshair, and I just click. That's really what I'm trying to do, and It doesn't change that it's a lot easier said than done. Even if you can see your opponent's name tags through walls, it doesn't change that they can see your name tag through the walls as well. So reaction time is really interesting in this game because of how everybody has wall hacks. Also, one quick little tip for today, because I realize that my performance pretty much immediately tanks if I don't enable this, or to be more exact, my performance literally doubled the second I enable this, and that is remember to press F3B before entering a Quakecraft match. Being able to see the hitboxes around the players is going to vastly improve player visibility and give you a very distinct advantage over your opponents. To be more exact, I'm pretty sure that everybody that plays this game at a high level probably does this already, because it's an integral feature of the game Minecraft to be able to use F3B. And, I mean, so I really, that, and I also saw a guide on Quakecraft where someone told me to do this, so it's safe to say it's not exactly an unknown skill. So really it's more like if you don't use F3B to see hitboxes, you're at a disadvantage because everybody else is already, because, you know, everybody else already is using enable hitbox and you're not. Which basically is to say you have to have this setting on, or you're just not going to be very competitive. Or at least that's what my experience has been. Don't know if it'll help with you guys, but for me, I've definitely found that being able to see hitboxes makes seeing targets, especially in post, a lot easier. Like this game is so fast-paced that even in post-gameplay commentary, I have trouble keeping up with the avatars of your opponents, even without, you know, the hitboxes enabled. So yeah, definitely enable it. Anyway, we're now playing on Freist, I believe it is, and it's a map that I have a little bit of nostalgia for, actually. I remember playing this map on my original Minecraft account way back in the day. I don't really fully memorize the map because it's been so long. But in areas like this little cavern over here, man, I love that area. I have a little bit of familiarity with this map, so I have some pre-aim areas, but there are some areas where my pre-aim is still not very good, and crosshair placement, therefore, is just not good. You'll see that's one of the things I'm going to be aiming to try and improve in this series. So yeah, definitely. Anyway, anyway, I continue trying to get into a fight, but the match is already over. I placed 4th place. I consider that to be pretty good when up against the players in this lobby. All 3 of them, I recognize them as like very high skill players. Anytime I encounter them in this in Quakecraft, I find that they're typically some of the best players. So I'm actually, it's really funny. The community is small enough that I'm starting to memorize some of the usernames of some of the players because I encountered there are so few of them. Please, people, join Quakecraft. I want to be able to do Team Quake without having to wait forever to find a match, and we don't have enough players for that. Please, play Quakecraft for me so I can get more videos. Anyway, enough ranting about the small player base. It does mean that I pretty much recognize roughly how each match is going to go just from the perspective of, okay, how skilled are my enemies, pretty much. For example, a Quakecrafter shows up, I'm pretty much doomed. If 07 pops up, I'm pretty much doomed. But if they aren't on the server, I at least have a chance, is kind of how I see it. So, yeah. By the way, 07 and Quakecrafter, that's not an insult. I genuinely think you guys are amazing at this game. I'm just saying that I typically am going to lose if you guys are on the server. Anyway, but yeah, so this match I am again trying to work on crosshair placement. I think one thing I could really improve down this particular aisle is actually have my crosshair a little more to the left so that I could clear the entire aisle as someone tries to move. I believe it's just that there's this little bit of a primal instinct, I guess, to gravitate your crosshair towards the name tags. Admittedly, it's really hilarious because when I watch wall hackers, you know, who use, you know, cheats to basically get this whole name tag thing, but in games where you're not supposed to be able to see name tags, they always tend to do the exact same thing. So it's kind of hilarious, actually. I'm just noting that I seem to gravitate towards the name tags of players when I am when I am in this particular game mode, kind of in the same way that wall hackers tend to do, which is kind of hilarious. So yeah, but anyway, that is today's video, guys. I think stuff I could definitely try and improve on my Quakecraft plays is probably a little more time in aim labs, to try and just improve my reflexes and aim. Probably develop a bit more map knowledge. After all, about the majority of these maps are maps I have not really regularly played before. Farah and Freist and Demonic are really the maps that I have the most knowledge for. And everything else is, like, still an unknown to me. So anyway, I think I'll be trying to work on that. And the other thing is I'll be trying to grind to get more of the better equipment in Quakecraft so I can play a little better for you guys. Anyway, I will see you all in the next video. I'm thinking I probably will do more commentary of this. I'm actually quite surprised how much positivity the last Quakecraft video got. Thank you all to those who joined the channel over that one. I definitely am enjoying Quake, so I'll probably be playing some more. Anyway, I will see you all in the next video. If you like the video, be sure to hit that like button, maybe consider subscribing, and maybe ring in that notification bell so that you'll know when I upload another video. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!